This is the plaintiff, Courtney Brown. She says she and the defendant have been friends for 3 years, and she paid her $39 to sew a wig onto her scalp because she's a hairstylist. The woman took her money, never did the work, and she's suing her, friend or no friend, for the $312 she says she's now owed. This is the defendant, Mary Woods. She says the plaintiff tried to bamboozle her into doing the work before paying her. Eventually, she cash-apped her the money, and then a few hours later, she showed up at her house, changed her mind, and demanded a refund. The woman posted on social media that she was a scammer, and if anyone's been wronged, it certainly isn't the plaintiff. She's accused of defriending a friend. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $7,500 for defamation of character.
All parties, please raise your right hand. People's Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Marilyn Leon is now presiding. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. All right, Ms. Brown.
Yes,
what
ma'am.
happened?
So, I asked Mary to do my hair, and at the time that she was going to do my hair, I didn't have the funds sent to my debit card at the time. So I stopped her and was like, look, I don't have the money. I don't want you to do my hair.
When did you stop her?
As soon as she was going to start my hair. Like, she was already about to start braiding it.
Physically, where was she?
At my room.
Oh, so, but you didn't stop her beforehand and tell her that you didn't have the money before she came to your house?
No, see, I was waiting on the money to come to my card. That's why I basically was waiting for her to come, and then I was waiting for that money to come to my card. And when the money didn't come to my card, at the time,
why didn't you just wait for the money to come to your card before you buy something?
I understand, yes, ma'am.
So she goes to your house, and then, according to you, you say to her, "Hey, I don't have the money."
Yeah, basically because someone else was paying for my hairstyle, and I was waiting for them to send me the money. That's why.
All right. So you tell her before she starts the hair, or she's already starting your hair?
She probably just put one braid, if that, but I stopped her.
Now, she's done your hair before, and you've submitted some pictures into evidence of that. So after she puts the one braid in, what happens next?
I told her, like, look, I don't want you to do my hair because it wouldn't be right if you do my hair and leave here without paying. So as soon as I get the money, I will send the money to you, and you can do my hair. Then I have my hair done then.
Okay, was she mad?
She didn't seem upset. She was like, it's okay, it's fine, it's okay.
All right.
And she left.
All right, and that all happened on what day?
Oh,
sometime in August. Okay, and then what happens? Did you finally get the money?
I got the money, and I'm like, hey, because we was talking the whole time during the day. I was like, hey, I got the money. I'm about to send it to you right now.
When did you get the money? The same day?
I got the money. Yep, the same day.
Later on. All right, so you tell her you're going to send it to her, and what happens? Do you cash app it to her?
Yep, I cash apped her the money.
Okay, so you send it electronically, and then what happens?
She said, well, I'm gonna try to get back over there. I'm just waiting for my mom to come and everything. I was like, okay.
What does her mom have to do with it?
Her mom is her ride.
Okay.
Then I told her I was gonna find a ride over there. But I didn't get a ride. I was like, just come in the morning, and she was like, okay. So I did text her early that morning because I'm a very early bird, and everything.
What time in the morning did you text her?
Probably between 7:30, maybe 8 o'clock.
You text her in the morning to say what? What is it you say?
Are you still coming? And she was like, yeah, let me find a ride and everything. And I was like, okay, because I don't have a car either. So I didn't want to bother nobody. I knew she would have come to me because there's never been an issue with her. And I waited all day, and I want to say I waited a whole 24 hours, and then I came by her house the next day, and she was doing her hair. She asked me why I didn't bring my supplies, and I was like, at this point, I don't want my hair done. I just want my money back.
So how long did you give her to get back to you? I'm trying to figure out how this went down. Let's see the early morning. She says, if I don't make it this evening, I'll definitely be there in the morning first thing. You say, okay. Nobody says what first thing is. And then you say, I'm going to try to find a ride to you, and she gives you her address.
Uh-huh.
And then you say, come in the morning because I don't have a ride either. I don't know what you say in the audio call at 9:31. It's a Sunday. Are you up so I can come get my hair done? She says, girl, I just cracked my eyes. I'm going to do it today. I'm not an early bird like you. Okay. Okay, so everything must have hit the fan before this next one because this is where you're saying you're going to send her the money. I'm doing the best I can. I didn't cancel on you. I never once said I wasn't going to do it. I can't pull it out of my blank. Give me a little time. I understand, but I need that money. You tell her you're in the hospital, and this is a week later because you're telling her that you're going to return it to her. So, Ms. Woods, let me hear your response on why it is that you didn't refund the money. Because I do see the text where you're saying, okay, I'm going to refund your money. So what happened?
Yeah. And so Courtney actually did not wait a day before she canceled. Courtney canceled on me that same Sunday. Courtney showed up to my house probably around 3-4 o'clock. And so she said, I said, oh, well, why didn't you bring the wig? You have a ride. Yeah, she was like, well, no, I'm just going to go ahead and cancel. So I said, okay, usually I don't do refunds. But I told her in this instance, since we was cool, I told her, okay, hey, I'll give it back to you. It was only $39. I admitted and I told her I spent it and that I was going to give it back to her. And so I told her that she had to wait until I did another head, and I wasn't booked any that week. And so every day that week, I told her, okay, as soon as I get it, I'm going to give it back to you. It's taking me a little bit of time because I wasn't booked that week. That's the only way I make my money. That same day, when I told her I was in the hospital, well, no, it was the next day. The next day, she posted on Facebook because I said that I was going to go outside. So next day, she posted on Facebook that I scammed her and that I took the money and I was ignoring her. I wasn't going to try to do her hair when I never told her I wasn't going to pay her back. I told her I would, but she just needed to give me time because I was not booked anymore that week. That's the only way I make my money.
So how long after you told her you'd return the $39 did she post something on Facebook calling you a scammer? And what did she say on Facebook? Do you have those messages? Did you hand those in?
She blocked me. She blocked me. So I'm not able to have those now.
So what did she say?
She posted that I was a scammer, that I took the money from her, and don't go to me. I'm ghetto and unprofessional. And it's also a message in there where she admits to doing it. And then she also said that she was going to place flyers around town telling people not to deal with me. And I also sent you my papers from the hospital where it shows the day that she sent me the message. And I told her I was in the hospital. It has the day out, the time I was admitted to the time I was let out. I was in the hospital. I have a herniated disc in my back.
Then get to her house and she's doing her damn head. Yesterday she lied and say she's been in the hospital. When you see on that post today, 3 minutes ago, she'd been in the house. What is it that you posted on Facebook?
I posted basically, I didn't say she's a scammer or nothing like that. I just said that she's doing business wrong. I worked in customer service for 7 years. So, if I'm a customer, then, you're supposed to treat customers like they're always right. So the fact that I sent you my money, I want my money back because I didn't get your services. And I gave you a whole week to get my money. And
right. But how long did you give her to get your services, considering you had her go to your house when you had no money? Like, in other words, you know what I'm saying? Like, you had her go to your house, come to the appointment, get her ride over there, and you're the one who didn't have your money yet. And then you don't get the money until later that day, and you give her half a day to get to you to do your hair before you say, I want my money back?
But no, I've been requesting my money back. If you see the Cash App request,
right? You immediately asked for your money back when the reason she couldn't do your hair Saturday because you let her go to an appointment and you had no money. And then on Sunday, in the middle of the day, it's not like you gave her a couple of days to do your hair. On Sunday, in the middle of the day, you're like, never mind, give me my money back because you see her doing her hair.
No, but this was after the fact that I had to contact her mother and ask her to get in contact with me, and I didn't get a phone call. Like, I wasn't getting.
This is all on Sunday, right? It's all on the same Sunday. And you show up to her house on the Sunday without the wig, but you got to ride to her house in order to demand your money back. Why didn't you just bring the wig so she could do your hair then? Or why didn't you just text her and say, I've got to ride to your house?
Because she said when I got there, she said her internet wasn't working and she was working on internet. So that's why she wasn't seeing my messages.
Right. But none of your messages say, I'm going to your house now. I'll bring the wig. Can you do my hair? You went to her house to get your money back because at that point you were already angry.
Yes, ma'am. Because at that time, that day when I
guess my point is you got a lot of nerve being angry when you let her go all the way to your house the day before when you didn't even have the money yet. And yes, you told her you didn't have the money, but it's still, you shouldn't have cut it that close and wasted her time and her trip. But you can't even give her, 20, 40. If it was my hairdresser, she'd say, yeah, but you can book me in 2 weeks, because that's kind of tight that you're asking, I want to do my hair right this second, when it didn't happen yesterday because you didn't have the money in there. So you go to her house on Sunday, and it makes you mad that she's doing her hair, but you were already mad. Otherwise you would, because she wasn't answering your texts. Mm-hmm. So, and then she explains, my internet is down. And it's not like she ghosted you for a week or something. She ghosted you for a few hours. Mm-hmm. You get a ride to her house and demand a refund. And then you don't say, I have no refunds, get lost. You say, all right, I'll give you a refund, but you got to wait. According to you, you say you got to wait until I've got the money. And a week later, you don't have $39, right?
No, I didn't. I wasn't booked any that day. And that I don't work. I only do hair exclusively. Every week is not a great week. So that week I had no customers at all. And I'm just recovering from a house fire. So we just moved into a new place, and I didn't have any Wi-Fi at the time. That's why I couldn't get any internet. But like I told her, it wasn't the fact that I wasn't trying to pay her. I didn't have any clients that week. And I told her as soon as I would have got it, I would have gave it to her. So it wasn't that I was ignoring her.
And your reason for not giving it to her is what? That she posted stuff on the internet. And what was it that she posted?
She inboxed me, talking about my kids, talking about.
Wait, what did she say about my kids?
Oh, she was talking about, because I had a little incident, and a few of my kids don't stay with me. She was sitting there talking about how I don't have my kids and that I got a baby by an old man, and I should be ashamed of myself.
Was that a private message to you, or was that on something that everybody could see?
The messages about my kids were private, but
what did
everything
she post
else
that
about
everybody
me,
could see? Because that's the basis of the defamation case. So tell me what she posted.
Don't come to me.
Okay.
Don't come to me. I'm unprofessional. That I'm a scammer, that I don't do the service if you pay me for it. And she posted constantly, then she blocked me. So I don't know how much she posted it after that, but she posted that a lot during that time. She made about 4 or 5 posts about me.
Okay. Did you make 4 or 5 posts, Miss Brown?
I did not make 4 or 5 posts.
How many posts did you make?
It was only, it was the first one that I made about my money, and it was the second one because she had her cousin.
Here we go. These are the private messages. You're trying your best. That's why you look like you're run down. No more run down than you're run through blank. Girl, bye. You've been blanking the married man at the job to get off LMAO and had his baby and still a single mom. Wow. All over $39. Mm-hmm. Wow.
But I never was denying her the service nor giving her back her money. Like I let her know at that time I didn't have no more clients. So that week, so that as soon as I got another client, I was going to pay her back. I didn't move fast enough for her.
Tell me what you said in the post about her, because I'm looking and what I'm seeing are tired of sitting in this house, me and little Joe about to get light today. Lit?
That was mine. That was mine.
And then she gets mad because if you're going to do that, then you're not in the hospital, and then that's not an excuse for not giving me my money, I guess she's thinking.
But it wasn't no post to be facing her name. It's just a simple fact.
Well, you're telling people she scammed you. I mean, that's not
I didn't tell nobody in that post. You see, I screenshotted what she said her and her baby is about to get light or whatever. And I was like, now see, she lying, say she was in a hospital, but now she say her and her baby about to get light. I was like, girl, just give me my money.
How are you suing for $312 instead of $39?
Because I felt that I gave her enough time to have my money, and then with the fact that they came to Facebook and her cousin was trying to double team attack me on Facebook, that's when I was like, that's too much, because all you had to do is get my money back. You're my friend, and we were friends. Nothing like this.
Not anymore. But how did you figure $273 in interest from August 21st to August 27th?
Oh yeah, basically that's what I did. I just basically added up each day that she didn't have my money, so.
Well, why'd you stop at 7 days?
Because I just gave her a week. Because I feel a week would have been enough. If she do hair, and I mean, she advertised a lot. And if she does hair, then I felt that she would have had the money by then.
Okay.
Advertising and booking is 2 different things.
All right. Listen up, folks. I think that you dished it out just as well as she gave it.
I did.
Yeah, you did. I don't think you suffered any real harm by her complaining. I think, Ms. Brown, that you jumped the gun a little. I mean, the reason that the service couldn't take place on Saturday was totally your fault. And then on Sunday, you're demanding your money back in 20
Yes.
less than 20 or 24 hours later without
Yes.
giving her a chance to do your hair. You're demanding the money back. Now, I see that she over and over said, all right, I'll give it to you. And what you're mad at was that part. What you should have said was, no, I'm sorry, there's no refunds. You're being unreasonable. I would have done your hair right now. Come back, go home, bring the wig and come now and I'll do your hair today. I didn't have internet. You know,
And that's what I should have done.
Right. And everybody just let this get over $39. And she's done your hair for a long time and you liked it. You loved it. And now you got to go find somebody else. Over $39. Do you have anger issues? I think this is where we let our tempers just take total control of our lives and kind of put us in a place where when we look back, we should be, I don't know if we are, but we should be embarrassed at the things that we say. So, here's what I'm going to do. I feel like you jumped the gun, but you promised her you'd give her money back. So I'm going to order you to pay back $39, but then I'm going to order you to pay $39 in a defamation suit. So you guys are going to walk out of here exactly the way you walked in here, only minus one friendship and one business relationship. Good luck, ladies.
Thank you.
Well, they're both smiling, but nobody wins anything in this case. The plaintiff doesn't prevail, nor does the defendant. Ms. Woods, how do you feel about the outcome? You were suing for $7,500. She awarded you $39.
Oh, it's fine. I just wanted to get this over and done with because I felt like it was a small situation blown entirely too far.
All right, so the $39 you had to pay is written off by the $39 she was supposed to give you. All right, let's talk to you, Ms. Brown. The judge thinks you've lost a friendship here. How do you feel about that? Are you going to go back to her for help again?
It never was help. We just met at a job. I became friends with her. I thought she was, as she say, real, but guess not. So it is what it is.
That'll wrap it up then. Okay, very good. Interesting indeed.
Doug, you may think it's a little too coincidental that the defendant got the same $39 for defamation that the plaintiff got for her case. It's very much discretionary on the judge's part, and the judge has to decide how much was somebody really damaged. This case felt like a wash, and that's exactly what the judge did.
What's the difference between case dismissed and judgment for the defendant?
Well, it could mean the same thing or it could not. So if it's a judgment for the defendant, then that's how all cases in the People's Court will end up with a judgment for the plaintiff or judgment for the defendant.
Right. And in binding arbitration, usually that's the end of it. But in most courts, you can take an appeal from that.
Right, but not from here. The verdicts are
final.
The cases are real, the judgments are final. But you could dismiss a case as a judge, and you can dismiss it one of two ways. You could dismiss it with prejudice, in which case it means the defendant won, right, that your case has been thrown out.
Right.
Or you could dismiss a case without prejudice, and that means that the plaintiff can bring the case again somewhere.
Right, or maybe there was just a defect in the pleading when they filed the case. They left something out that they were supposed to put in there.
A legal technicality, and so you dismiss it for that, but they get to refile it.
Or they filed it in the wrong division. They're in
essentially, it's a case dismissed could either mean that the defendant, when you see it in the movies, it's always the defendant won. Right? Case dismissed. But its legal and technical meaning depends on whether the judge does it with prejudice or without prejudice.
Right. In which case, if it's with prejudice, you're on your way to the appellate court if you want any more remedy. And if it's without, you're probably just going to refile.